Hey Vogue, I'm Meghann Fahy, and I am going to walk you through my sort of dry skin, sometimes adult acne morning skincare routine, and then I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine. First step is my cleanser. It's really gentle and super non-drying. Honestly, the last couple years, I started getting regular facials and kind of investing in what I was actually putting on my skin. And I'm here to tell you, it really made a difference. At nighttime, this is usually when I see how much makeup I still have on my face, but today, it's clean. This serum, which is especially hydrating. And I do think you're supposed to put it in your palm and then put it on your face, but I like to go straight in for the real thing and just put it right directly on my face. I put it on my neck too because one of the Real Housewives said once, do not neglect the neck, and I can't stop thinking about that. My Pro Heal Serum, it's vitamin C, and again, straight on the face with it. I watched Julianne Moore do this and she just seemed so cool. I mean, she is so cool, but she like put a couple drops in her hand and like pressed it into her skin, which I do think is the correct way to do this. But you know what? It's your skincare routine, you do you. Okay, eye cream, this stuff. I was overusing this. And what was happening was I was putting it on and then I was putting my concealer on and it was doing that thing where it like gets all gross on your face and I was having to wipe it off, and then I realized that I was just using too much of it, so. And then last step is my moisturizer with SPF 30 in it. Paula's Choice. Jennifer Coolidge told me when we were shooting White Lotus that it sounded like a pregnancy foam. Paula's Choice. And I think about that when I put it on. But what I love about it is A, it has sunscreen in it, and B, once it's rubbed in and it doesn't look like I have zinc all over me, it really gives the skin a nice glow. I think when I was younger, I never wanted to wear sunscreen because I wanted to be tan, but then I learned that I can't tan. I just get freckles and sunburns. So now I've really embraced the SPF. It feels like everybody knows now that that's sort of the #1 anti-aging thing that we can all do. And because this like makes my skin kind of like glowy, if I'm not wearing makeup or something and I put this on, I still kind of feel like I've done something. Last step in my skincare is just I put a little bit of this on. I know it says sleeping mask, but I wear it a lot when I'm awake. Foundation, I like to shake it a little. I like to just put it right on my face, direct contact. I probably should use one of those cool girl sponges, but I don't, and this is Vogue, and I have to tell the truth to Vogue. I do have a cool girl sponge. I just only use it for concealer for some reason, and this one comes in this little egg, which is cute because I feel like it keeps the sponge clean. This is my concealer. Hello, bags. And then I do like, I have a little something there. So I just kind of hit it like that. A little something there. I love trying new stuff. I think I love it a little too much. I will walk into a Sephora to buy one thing and I will come out with like 2 bags full of stuff. I also kind of just drag this across my eyelid a little bit because I'm so fair-skinned that sometimes my eyes look really red on my eyelids. When I was little, another thing that I didn't like, apart from sunscreen, was having freckles at all. And now I've sort of embraced them. So I try to pick makeup that doesn't make them feel like they've been erased in any way. A little bronzer moment. I just kind of like swish it and then I do that on the mirror. I don't know why. I do try to pick up certain things when I'm, on set. I obviously get my makeup done so often. And one thing that I still have not been able to do is my eye makeup. I have no less than 75 eyeshadow palettes and all of them remain unused, which is really sad. First, we're gonna do blush. So I kind of like swipe it with this. It's giving clown cheek, which this might be leaning towards a little bit. Take this bad boy back out. His little egg house. I'm a huge lash person. I feel like I don't look like I have any until I'm wearing mascara. And I love this one, this Victoria Beckham one, because it kind of, like at night when you wash it off, it doesn't get all over your face. It just sort of comes off. Okay, this is the part where I try to do this and keep my mouth closed, because the reality of the situation is that when I'm at home and I'm doing this, I look a lot like this. But again, it's Vogue, so I'm gonna try to keep my mouth. It's a lot harder for me than it looks. Like, especially the bottom lashes, it has to be this. So this is my eyebrow pencil. I've been super duper blonde. I've been like hybrid, which is kind of what I am right now. And it's hard to find a shade that isn't too dark for me or too light, because I don't really have blonde eyelashes, but I just have very light brown ones. For drop, I was in a really cool hair and makeup look because the whole thing takes place on a date. So she's sort of a little bit extra glammed. I kind of had like a red lip going, which isn't something I normally do in my actual life because I don't have the patience to maintain a lipstick. But when someone else is doing it for you, it's way more fun. So that was really awesome. Okay, brow gel. Here we go. I'm a huge Q-tip fan. I always travel with them. I always have them in my purse. I always have them in my makeup bag because I just feel like they're like, what can't they do? Do one of these little guys, and if I have some mascara on the top of my lid, which I usually make enough of a mess to do. Highlighter, I'm kind of obsessed with this. I will put this on sometimes even if I don't have makeup on, and I just do this. Make kind of like an L shape almost. Another thing I haven't really figured out how to do is like the little nose thing, like when you put it here. See, that looks crazy when I do it. But I love it when other people do it. I honestly think the trend I wish I could do is like the nose shading with the sort of like cutie little like frosted nose. I was really into Avril Lavigne when I was a kid, and she didn't have freckles. So I thought one day if I put enough foundation on, my mom's foundation, that it would cover up the freckles. And I put like 4 or 5 layers on, and then my face was just like the color of those flowers. And I was devastated to learn that that's not what foundation really does. This Armani Beauty sort of like lipstick lip gloss hybrid, I've had this for years. They don't make it anymore, and so I rarely use it because I love it so much. I like the way it smells. I've used this on the bold type all the time. I think I actually just took it home when we wrapped. If I smell it, it still kind of reminds me of that time in my life, which was a very good one. So it's just my sentimental little lipstick. But because I saved that one, I use this one, which they do make. I like that it feels like lipstick, but it kind of goes on like gloss. Just one of these little smudge moments. Normally my hair is like up on top of my head, but I do have a blowout today, so I wanted to protect her. And I will take out these clips. Wow, I didn't do this to my own hair, but I'm going somewhere this weekend, so I just felt like, you know what? Getting a blowout on a Friday and having hair for the whole weekend, what a luxury. That's the end of me, and we'll see how long my lipstick lasts. I had a blast. Thanks, Vogue.